friends. Hope you're doing great. I just got done with a paddle tennis match, early morning, then a quick power shower. Am I the only one that loves like music in the shower and like affirmations and like visualizing your dreams? I do my soul happy meditation in the shower because it's highly effective that way. Hi, I'm glad you guys can hear me. Tell me where you live, where this is reaching you. Hi, Donna in Maine. So glad you're here. So I always have some things I want to talk about on these lives, but I am happy to answer your questions too. I was doing a live weekly for a while on Tuesday mornings, but my Tuesday mornings got a little busy. Hi in Australia. Awesome. I think it's early morning for you guys in Australia, right? Very early. In Santa Rosa. Great. In the UK. I love the UK. In California. Awesome. So if you have any questions, write them down here. I will get to them after I share a little of the teachings, the download, the message from the vortex that came to me today. So I just got done with a paddle tennis match. We won. And in the last, it's been almost 4 years now. In addition to my own coaching for women, my mindset and manifesting coaching, I mainly have a 5-month group coaching container, and then I have an inner circle. So those are the two big offerings. In addition to that, starting 4 years ago, I started coaching different teams to teach mindset, because I realized that I know mindset at this level, and your average coach, even professional coaches, even Olympic athlete coaches, often do not know mindset on a high level. Definitely not on the high level that I know it at. I'm just gonna be confident and say that, because there are people that have done sports psychology degrees that I know mindset in a different way, let's say. Not better than, not higher level than, but I teach mindset in a different way than sports psychology. And I have many colleagues and friends who are sports psychologists who come to me and say, wow, how do you do that? Where do you get that? Where did that come from? How can I wrap my brain around that? How can I teach that, right? So I've been teaching teams and some teen athletes, and it is so fun. So I'm so into it. And here's one thing that I do very differently, and I encourage you guys, is I use my intuition. I use my guidance to meet the athlete or the team where they're at. You cannot follow a structure of exactly what to do to manifest your life. You have to listen to your own guidance. You have to mold it and ebb and flow in it in order to get incredible results. There is not one perfect recipe. So I do have these 2 courses. I have Manifesting Mastery. It's an 8-week-long course. And in the 8-week course, I break down the foundation of manifesting that you need. And it's very structured in a really positive way. So structure can help you take things on, right? In every one of the modules in Manifesting Mastery, there's a manifestation story, there's a manifestation tool, there's a milestone that you want to hit, and there's some homework. And so it's broken down, really structured. Women love it. It's the first part of the 5-month group coaching container that I offer. And the second part is the next level life experience. And that's like looking at your life, what you want, why you want it, how you're going to get it. So we can take some structure, but we always need to be very flexible about how we apply it into our life, because it's not one size fits all. There's not one recipe, one formula. Trust me, if we had that, everyone would find it and everyone would be living their dreams. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we have to use it. What I suggest is we have to look at where life is, look at what's getting in the way of what we want, find the new tools that we need to replace the things that don't work, and then sharpen and use those tools all the time. That's what every one of us needs to do. So my courses, someone said, where can I get Manifesting Mastery? It's within my 5-month group coaching container. You can't sign up for my 5-month. It's called the Radical Transformation Journey. You can sign up at the end of the month. So right now I'm doing a webinar starting next week, next Monday, and it's called the 6 Internal Shifts. Now stay with me. I'm not just selling the webinar. Yes, the webinar is available and it's $33, and you can go to the link in my bio and sign up. Or if you're listening to this recording, you can comment webinar and I'll DM you the link for details. Yes, it's only for women. I don't coach men right now. Someone else asked. So the internal shifts, the reason that I teach this webinar, the 6 internal shifts, it's a brand new webinar, but I've taught the essence of this before a long time ago in different ways. So the reason that I teach the internal shifts is because when you're trying to create external change and it's not happening, there's an internal shift that has not been met that needs to be changed. And I'm talking an internal shift. When you see something one way and then you see it differently, there's a shift that happened for you to see it differently, and you can never see it the other way again, right? Here's a very true story. True story. Years ago, when my kids were little, there was a mom and some kids that were going to the same school, and I had silent judgments about this woman because she always looked unkempt. And again, I'm not someone who judges people often. Her kids were always like really dirty. Their clothes were dirty. She was dirty. And like, I was kind to her. I had silent judgments about it. And I found out a year later that she was in an abusive relationship, escaped from it, and was living on the street with her kids for a couple months. So I can never look at that the same way again. I had so much like love and compassion for this woman who I then was seeing regularly, and she had turned her life around, and like it changed the way I looked at all moms and all people. That's an internal shift, right? When you look at something differently, you can't see it the same way again. So the 6 internal shifts that I'm teaching next week in my webinar, it's on Monday, it's at 2 p.m. Again, if you comment webinar now, it's not going to trigger the DM, but you can go to the link in my bio right now, or you can comment webinar after I'm done, and then it'll send it to you. So there's internal shifts that can change everything for you. Like you guys have seen it where this happened to my sister and my sister, who's very, very healthy. This was years ago, probably 15, almost 20 years ago. She's very healthy. And she was like, oh, I found this new Starbucks drink and I love it. And it was like this mocha something or other. And it was, I was very into like sugar content and like calories at the time. And I was like, hey, I looked up on my app on my phone. I go, that has like 46 grams of sugar and it's 640 calories. And she goes, what? Like she had no idea. And I guarantee you she never had that drink again. It was like she needed to have this deep knowing of that or she would have kept drinking it, right? So when we learn something and there's an internal shift, we can create external change almost immediately. These are very simple like examples. What I'm teaching in the webinar next week are the 6 essential deep internal shifts that you need in order to create external change. So if external change is not happening, if you're not manifesting what you want to manifest, and you're not sure why, I guarantee you will see yourself in most all of these internal shifts and go, that's a reason. Oh, that's a reason. And when I teach my webinars, I don't just, they're not informational. They're transformational and experiential. So we do the work in the webinar. It's 90 minutes long. because we are going to do the work together. We are going to be looking at these shifts. We're going to be identifying them. We're going to be turning them around. We're going to be looking at who we need to be in order to achieve the things that we want. We're going to be, bring your journal and pen, because we're going to be doing all the work. And the underlying thing is that we need more of these internal shifts and more of a solid foundation in order to create the change that we want, the lasting change, the massive transformation, right? To change our lives for the better, to start showing up as our best self, to start winning more weeks and winning more months and winning more years, and feeling like, you know what, I'm really in charge of my life. I'm excited about my life. I have what I want. I keep creating more of what I want. I'm showing up as my best self. And I'm just so incredibly grateful for all the goodness in my life and all the good things in my life. And I know you're grateful. I know you're grateful. But I know you've been hearing a call for more, because that's what we do, right? There's a lot in this life that we can wring the last drop of juice out of this life if we really allow ourselves to do that. So, what I came on to say is all that, and let me know if you have any questions, guys, about mindset or manifesting, about soul assignments. And here's the basic thing that kept coming to me today. When I was playing in this paddle tennis match, getting ready for this paddle tennis match this morning, and I'm so absorbed into coaching these teams lately and these teen athletes, and looking at everything from a mindset perspective, that you get to decide how you want your life to be, and then you get to make it that way. You do. You get to decide how you want your life to be, and then you get to make it that way 100% of the time. And so when you're living life with that lens forward, when you're going, I get to decide how I want my life to be and I get to make it that way, then you have to start looking at, okay, what do I really want? Maybe you haven't allowed yourself to want it for a long time. What do you really want? Then you have to look deeply at why you want it. Then you have to look at what is getting in the way of me having that. And guess what? I'd love you to answer in the chat if you know what is getting in the way of you having what you want. What comes to you when I ask you that question? What's getting in the way of me having all that I dream and desire? Because most women, especially, answer it right. They answer correct. Let me see if you guys answered. What's getting in the way? Myself. That's right. What's getting in the way? It's like, you don't need a coach to tell you. You know it, right? Fear is also myself. Inaction is also myself. Confidence is also myself, right? What's getting in the way is me. And this, all the ways that I am sabotaging myself through my thoughts, my words, my feelings, my beliefs, my stories, right? Not believing I can have it. Yep. My belief in myself and the fear of failure. Yes. All of those things. Everyone said something that is internal, that is a way that we are getting in our own way. There are not external things getting in our way. We are only in control of us and our thinking, our feeling, our beliefs, our stories, our actions, our words. We're in control of all those things. And so we are getting in our own way because those things create in our lives. We create through those power tools: thoughts, words, feelings, beliefs, and stories. Oh, I'm in the 5-month journey. Yay. Glad you're there. You won't, we'll send you the video. So anyone who's already in the 5-month journey or in my inner circle, I give them all of my webinars or any new courses that I create for free. So the video will be available. Yeah, we'll send it to you. Yes, you'll love it. Great. And how's the 5-month group coaching container going for you? So I love this group. We had such a good call the other day. I hope you were on the call. We have 2 calls per month in that group, and it is so juicy and life affirming and inspiring. And it's like we plug into each other. It's great. Great. So, if you don't feel This is my story. I'm the artist and writer. Great. Yeah, I get it. So that's the good news. That's the good news, is that we are the obstacle getting in our own way. That's the good news, because that's what we're in control of. We're not in control of anything outside of us. We're only in control of everything inside of us. Our thoughts, our words, our feelings, our beliefs, our stories, right? We're in control of all that. So next week on Monday at 2 p.m., I have a 6 essential internal shifts webinar. It's $33. I charge that so you'll show up or watch the recording. We send out the recording right after. It's 90 minutes long. You will do a lot of work. You will leave knowing how to get out of your own way, how these internal shifts can create external change, and you'll do it in the webinar. So when I end this comment webinar, and you'll get a link. Thank you, because I don't like my eyebrows very much. So thank you for saying that. She said, your eyebrows are always fab. Thanks. And so comment the word webinar when I'm done with this, if you're seeing the recording, and I'll DM you the link to join. Don't miss this webinar. I won't offer it again. You'll get the recording, and then it'll only be available for a little bit. You will get on the webinar, you'll get an offer to join my 5-month group coaching container. That's the only way you can get that as well. So let me know if you have any questions, guys. But I just want to keep reminding you, I was applying this before I went out to my paddle tennis match today. You get to decide how you want your life to be, and then you get to make it that way. And what I do before my match, one of the things that I teach the teens that I coach, is I do 1 minute of sitting in my power, connecting to my own inner guidance, my source, my inner athlete, connecting to source. And then I do 1 minute of picturing and visualizing myself playing well, patting my partner on the back and saying, yes, nice game, and the score and us winning. And then I do 1 minute of just positive self-talk. Like, I've got this. I'm a great player. I'm always learning. I know how to serve. I know how to this. I know that. And since I do that, it's 3 minutes of 1-1-1 process. And I'm listening to music and I'm getting pumped up, and I have my own athlete alter ego, and I bring her onto the court. I do all this stuff. This shit works, people. This shit works. I get to decide how I want my life to be, and I get to make it that way. And I win a lot of matches because I bring all of that onto it. We won our game today, 6-4 and then 7-5. It was close. The women we played were really good. And we won. And we brought it. And we just, also celebrating this, moved from second into first place in our series. And this is a new series for us. We just moved up from another series. Last season, we won the championship against an undefeated team. And then this season, we just moved into first place in our new higher level series. So fun. Okay, this life is in your hands, and you get to make it anything you want it to be. I'm going to go get a green juice, and then I have a call with my team, and then I have a call with a new potential VA that I'm very excited about, that can take some posting off of my plate. Join me for that webinar next week. Any of you who commented webinar during this, it won't trigger. So go to the link in my bio or comment when this ends, and we'll send you the link. I would love to meet you there on that call. Have a great day. Get out of your own way, and remember your power. Bye.